What's going on, y'all? This is Chris with Culture Unplugged. You have come to the right place, I promise. I know y'all looking at me like, why is he wearing this hat? What is he wearing? I got my little African traditional fit. I just found out not too long ago that my people's from ancestors hail from Ghana. So yeah, we going all the way into the culture. You know me, I'm Culture Unplugged, covered in culture. We gonna do it. So for the spirit of getting into culture, we're gonna go ahead and talk about it. So you came to the right place. Welcome to Culture Unplugged. Thank you for joining in. I've seen that some new folks coming in. Basically, this is a digital mentorship space. We talk about everything: travel, relationships, your masculinity, all that jazz, everything in between. Coming from a 30-something-year-old dude, I'm 35. I live in the DMV area. Love what I do with this channel. It's been a couple of days since I made a post, maybe a week or so. So thought I would bring something out. It's been I had to go on a work trip last week, and some things kind of came to mind. I was having a conversation with other people, and I wanted to bring up this topic. So if you're new here, what I want to say is make sure you like, subscribe right down there, and stay plugged in with me with every video, any video I decide to put out there. Hit that notification bell, stay subscribed with me, because myself gets into all these different types of topics, and it's definitely fun to watch. So stay plugged in. If you're already a, reoccurring person, you've been back with me, you've been with me ever since I've been dropped my first video a couple years ago. Thank you for coming back with me. And today's topic we're gonna get into it is basically talking about are dating apps overseas worth it? So I'm gonna tell my story about whether they are, whether they're not, whether you should waste your time or not. So stay plugged in with me. Don't go anywhere. Let's get into this video. Let's get it unplugged. All right, so before I get into the video, today's topic, make sure that you visit my website at coveredinculture.com. Coveredinculture.com. This is my new hat, y'all. I got hats. I got a black hat, got like a magenta. Actually, I would say this is a magenta colored hat. It's not really a pink hat, but it's a magenta colored hat. So I got a magenta colored hat. I've got a gray hat, and I've got a green hat. So if you like, supporting Covered in Culture, you want to be a part of the brand, to be spiritually protected and mentally explored, check me out. I even have cool, this is actually makes it real for me. Like, I actually got tags. Like, shout out to the manufacturer in China that put this together. Like, so dope. So check me out, support the brand Covered in Culture, get you a hat, stay rocking, stay fresh. You know what I mean? Shoot, I'll make it even real. I'm gonna put on my hat. You know what I mean? With the tag on. You know what I mean? So there we go. Let's make it official. So Covered in Culture, check me out. So when we get into this topic of when you're traveling overseas, one of the biggest things I hear people talk about are dating apps. So let's kind of go through. You got Tinder, you got Tag, you got Hinge, you got Bumble, you got used to be an app back in the day called Soul Swipe, you got BLK, you got all these different apps. And one of the biggest things, I'll hear, a lot of guys in my guys group will talk about is, are they worth it? Do they make sense? Is it something you should get into? My biggest thing with traveling is authentic relationships, authentic interactions. And from my personal experience, I've used dating apps in America, of course, but I've used it, traveling overseas. I've used it when I was in Barbados. I used it in Colombia when I went to travel there. And the biggest thing for me, I can say, is that you can meet somebody it may be a genuine interaction, but you really got to be careful. Dating, first of all, has changed so much. It has changed into this thing now that is totally, cautious. People are trying to play games. Some people are trying to do harm to you. And you really can't necessarily gauge just by an app. And so sometimes the app may put you in this, in front of people, or allow you to see certain people that are going to be attractive, or they may find you attractive, you match. But across the board, outside of the country, let's just say Colombia, for instance, because I've been to Colombia now a couple of times. Going to Colombia using a dating app, and for me, it's more so, I'm trying to, really have like someone that knows the area, like somebody that knows about what's going on, and I can actually have a conversation with, because I like human interaction. I solo travel, what I mean. I'm going to South Africa coming up in the end of September, so I'm new to an area. It'd be nice to connect with someone who knows the area. I can be able to get connected. So travel, using an app, I've had a scenario where first interaction, all that, it was good. Like, we started building a lot of rapport, a lot of conversation, communicating, and then meeting in person, and it was good. It wasn't bad. It honestly was a good experience. Like, we hung out, went out, had fun, cool, But then I had an adverse situation where it wasn't so nice. It wasn't so good, based on the interaction. Like, we were just like, the energy wasn't good. So you really gotta be careful, per se. I would say the best way, and I have to speak from my experience, and is the best way, honestly, if you want to meet somebody, is just go out to a local spot. Like, find out when you get there, find out a local, go to like a local bar area, or even ask, like, when you go to your hotel, say, hey, what's the local spot everybody go to, or do your research beforehand and find out what's the local spot everybody hangs out at. That's the safest bet. You find out where they hang out at, you go there, and then try to communicate from there. You may have if you don't speak the language, for me, best way to take your Google Translate. If you got a translator app or whatever the case is, and just try to communicate that way. The apps are a safer bet, only if you just, you don't want to, you're not that kind of person to be outward about, introducing yourself. Like, hey, how you doing? Whatever. Oh, what's going on? If you find yourself to be that kind of person, you're kind of, maybe you say you shy, or let's just say, you unsure, whatever, then I'll say go ahead and use the app. But best case scenario, best result, you can form a great, connection with somebody, literally just pulling up somewhere where people hang out, like people going shopping and whatever, people hanging out, sometimes you just never know based on when you actually just get there. A lot of times people focus on the apps, and people only show you what they want you to see. Just remember that. And even that's for you too. Everybody's trying to show their best self, but you're not necessarily going to get the real thing. I've been on a date where I went on a date with someone that I met on the app, and the interaction on the app was great. We talking, we vibing, everything is good. And then we meet, and the vibe was not there. It was horrible. And I can tell you, you want to save yourself so much time and energy and effort by just trying to at least, really, FaceTime before you even meet. If you're going to do the app thing, FaceTime that person. Know what you're getting into before you meet that person. So that's my best recommendation there. But yeah, the apps, you can kill the apps. Although I've known, a lot of guys that I've talked to that have swear by it. You know what I mean? It's especially like in like a place like Colombia as well. And so where there's, you don't speak Spanish, you know what I mean? They 100% Spanish only. I tell somebody, like, I may not know Spanish, but I know body language. I can be able to read what it is you're saying. You know what I mean? Or, you know, if you are able to be patient, that person will be patient with you, and you will be patient with them. You gonna make something work. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the best quality of them are you want the person who is like the natural, regular person. You don't want the ones that's, you know, you're getting matched up with. You could just tell like they just overly glamorized. You know, certain filters are put up there. You know, they wanted you to see how curvy they are and all that. You save yourself so much issue, time, and stress, and seek out somebody that's like a regular person. Like, when I mean regular person, she looks good with all that, without all that makeup. True fact though, as guys, we're not so big into the glam and the makeup and all that stuff. We want a natural woman. I want a natural, gorgeous woman. You know, it means if I look at her and when I wake up in the morning, she doesn't have any of that makeup stuff on, I could be happy with what she has on. I'm good. I don't need to have any of that stuff to make me happy. That's just me. But shoot for whatever you like. I'm just giving it to you real. The dating apps, you know, again, you may find those gems, but sometimes they're a needle in a haystack. It's a needle in a haystack. And you know, you want a solid, you know, you going somewhere or going out of the country, you want to find somebody you want to hang out with or you want to get to know. You know, stick to somebody that you can feel like, oh, this is it. Like, you know, regular person, she ain't, but go with however you want to move. Move how you want to move. If you're traveling in 2023, you got a passport, you want to also set yourself up for experiencing something new, you know, and somebody, you know, out there, whatever. Try to go during the times when they got festivals, like when they got like Colombia has the festival, Barbados has festivals, you know, pretty much every country that's exciting, you know what I mean, like islands and places in Africa, they have certain times of the year where they have certain festivals going on. That's a great time to pull up on somebody, you know, and converse with someone, try to get to know somebody, because it's already like nobody's thinking about work. Everybody think about having a good time, and you could be a part of that good time. I'm telling you, make it your business. If you want to meet somebody in Nashville State having a good time, saves you a lot of time. So I hope this video made some sense. Pardon my delay for making another video, but I'm going to try to bring out some more videos as it goes on. Support Covered and Cultured. Support Covered and Cultured. Check me out at coveredandcultured.com. I will have these hats available on there. Let me know what you think in the comment section about not only the hat, but also this video. Do you use dating apps when you're traveling? If so, what is your results? What's your experience with them? Do you advise your other guys, if you traveled as well, would you advise your boys, would you advise the members of Culture Unplugged to get on a dating app? What's your opinion of it? I'd love to hear about it in the comment section. Check me out for another video. I'm probably gonna drop another video in this same week because I have so much to catch up on and talk about with you guys. So definitely stay locked in and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Stay unplugged with me. Peace, y'all.